Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. I probably should have set up the overhead camera for this. I'm going to have to try to remember to put in insert shots. First of all, I'm going to have to try to remember to make insert shots to film them and then put them up. But I got prototypes in from the Game Crafter, my favorite, one of my favorite companies on the planet. And here we go. I got Dungeon Rummy. So right off the bat, this is different. This isn't how it used to be. Okay, I haven't ordered a deck with rules since I made Pull the Kickstarter game. It used to be, and I feel like these rules would still fit in here. It used to be that a rule sheet, if you ordered a rule sheet, it came 2 pages printed. Oh, maybe this is the reason. It used to be that this folded rule sheet was would be folded in such a way that it took up 9 cards of thickness in a box. But this isn't regular printer paper, so I think maybe they need to update the site, because I don't think you could fit this in the box anymore. I think that if I print these rules myself, they'll fit, and that's probably what I'll do. But that's slightly disappointing, because I did the research on the site. It still says it'll hold blah blah blah. Anyway, it's not in the box. So here we have the Dungeon Rummy tuck box. I'm not going to show the bottom because it has my actual contact information, but very simple tuck box. This is 72 cards, so the whole game fits on 72 cards. This is a 72 card tuck box, which they say will hold 81 cards, so it'll hold 72 cards plus a rule sheet, but for some reason this time that's not the case. That's okay, I don't care. What I've done is I have the dungeon cards have different backs on them, so that's exciting to see that all came out. Well, we haven't flipped these over. The last time I ordered in a rush, I forgot to turn off like the preview layers and stuff, so I had misprinted I had all kinds of problems. I think this time I have diagnosed it. I've been through this enough to know. So it looks like I've got correct deck 1, deck 2. Everything there is printed correctly. Just a super quick cursory inspection, it seems like the cards are all correct. Interesting. Alright, so this is going with me on my adventure, but I am not actively pitching this. I'm not putting it out there for offer. I don't think it's quite there yet, but I am still offering to send it to people who want to try it. I've got a few responses from people that are interested in giving it a shot, so I will be sending out, once I verify that what's in here is what I intend for you to playtest, I will send out decks to people who have asked for those. You also get a little, I forget what they call these, but it's like a little 1-card game kind of thing that they've included in their packages now. Okay, so this is the train game, a fully printed version, meaning that I bought a box and everything. I've been carrying it around in a plastic thing that I found at Walmart, which works really well in my board game tables bag, or maybe it's a miniature market bag. It works really well, but it's not great for packing for travel. So I ordered a fully printed box thing, and we got the exact same. We got that card again. So this is a printed Rival Rails box. It's got a blurb on the back with my with the information about the game. This I did not include contact information on the box because this is intended to just be, this is the version of the game that'll sit on my shelf, right? Like this is just this isn't a prototype to hand to a publisher. Now, that being said, if I go see a publisher with this and they want to take it, I will hand them this and say, here, this is yours, take it with you. So we have a box. This is the Game Crafter prototype box. It's printed. You can actually do more information on the inside. The little tongue here is printed. It's printed all the way around. I love this box. Way better than the telescoping box of the past. This thing is phenomenal. I've ordered this before. Absolutely love that. So we have the cards. I like the paper wrap instead of the baggie. Used to always get things in baggies like this. Not a huge fan. The paper wrapping is way, way, way better. This is fused, so I'm going to have to put these in something. But that's okay. I have small deck boxes and stuff that can hold this. Don't need to open that right now. Let's look at the board. Let's smell the board. When these come... Oh, I also just realized there's little barcodes now. These used to be handwritten on all the bags, which was like, what is this? So I have so many plastic bags with 6-digit numbers written on them. These are not easy peel. That kind of sucks. Makes sense for manufacturing and production. I wish it would come off the bag without leaving residue. Doesn't seem to be the case. Here's the new board. Oh. Something has changed. This board looks functionally identical to previous versions. But this does not smell like spray adhesive. This used to come out of the bag reeking of spray adhesive. Smelled like you just took some 3M and hosed it down. It doesn't have that smell at all. It doesn't smell like anything other than the UV coating. So that's cool. This is the new board. I haven't shown off this new market system yet, but I shortened up that track, made it a little bit more interesting. So this order is intended to be, this is the version of the game that now sits on my shelf. I will put everything in this box. I will recycle the plastic box for a different prototype, and this will be the master. However, I'm going to make changes. I made some kind of last minute changes, and I thought that they were going to be what's right for the game. I no longer feel that way. Those were not fused together, by the way. I lied. They were just stuck. I don't know. So the good news is I can still reuse this to hold the cards. I made some changes based on my last playtest that I thought were going to be good for the game. And I think they are. Like, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think that it is the correct version. However, I think it makes the game less accessible, meaning that there's more, it introduces more contamination, I think. It muddies things up unnecessarily. I think it's correct, but I also think it's unnecessary. Does that make sense? Like, can something be I think it's objectively better with the stuff that I introduced. I think it's subjectively worse. Meaning that for me, having played this game dozens and dozens of times over the last 2.25 years, the change that I made is good. It introduces more strategy. It introduces more positioning, more like it's more struggle, which is objectively, I believe, myself, objectively better. But if I were to introduce this to a new player, which I'm going to be doing when I show it to a publisher, I don't think it's the right choice. I think it is convoluted, it is frustrating, and it is a barrier for new players. It always has been a barrier for new players. It's the one part of this game that I've had to explain over and over again. Like, no, you can't do that because of this. And they go, okay, yeah. And so, while, if you've played a lot of train games, you will know that train games are notorious for taking like 2, 3, 5 plays before it starts to click. That is a very normal thing for a train game. I don't want it in this. So I'm stripping all of that out. I'm opening up the game quite a bit. Like, I'm actually slightly scared of how much I'm opening it up. But I also think it'll be a better product, and it'll be easier for me to present it. And then if whoever publisher I go with wants to do further development, I can say, here's a whole bunch of things I tried. And we can sit and talk about whether the things that I'm suggesting are, in fact, objectively better for the game. So that's where we're at. That is all the good stuff I just got from the Game Crafter to go on my adventure. Yeah. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is sedentary. It is an adjective meaning resting a great deal and taking little exercise. All we have to do here is hire a personal trainer if our sedentary habits begin to have a negative effect on our well-being. Sedentary. S-E-D-E-N-T-A-R-Y. I think I have lived too sedentary for the past 3 years, and that's what's causing my lower back pain. So I've been working really hard on that. Lots of walking, lots of morning exercises, lots of standing throughout the day. Yeah, it's been tough.